If I'm hurt in a car accident, what are the top things that I need to do to protect myself? Hi, I'm Chris Klotz. I'm a lawyer at Stevenson Klotz. We do personal injury. We're in Pensacola, Florida. Join me while we take a second to answer this question. So, I get asked a lot, what do I need to do to protect myself if I'm injured in a car accident? I'm going to give you three things. The top three things that you can do are get the names of witnesses, talk to your insurance company and let your insurance company know that you've been involved in an accident. And then the last one is a don't do. Don't do. You do not have to talk to the other side's insurance company if they call to get a statement from you. You do need to cooperate with your own insurance company, and I would suggest that you talk to them, but you don't have to give a statement to the other side's insurance company, and I'll tell you a little bit more in a minute why it's not the best idea to do that. But let's start with the most important thing. First of all, make sure if you're hurt, you need to get medical attention or emergency treatment if that's an issue in the case. That's number one. But number two, I see people all the time who are involved in these very serious accidents and then they don't have the names of the witnesses. And what I've seen happen quite frequently is police officers don't write down the name of all the witnesses on the scene. It takes extra time, they've got to get addresses, they may not be completely important to the officer's report, but there's almost always witnesses that are missed in the police reports. So if you're there and you're able to, or if you have a family member that's there and they are able to talk to people who saw what happened, get their names and addresses and phone numbers. I can't tell you how many cases I've seen where that becomes a very, very important issue, where somebody's been hurt and they say, oh, I remember this really kind man came and helped me get out of the car and said that he saw what happened, and then the police got there and they left and I don't have a way to get in touch with him. And that person is a really important key witness that you may not be able to ever find again. So get witnesses' names, numbers, and addresses, because the police may not do it for you. The second thing is to take photographs. I think everybody's got a cell phone nowadays with a camera on it. Get photographs of what happened. Get photographs of the other person's car if you can. Get photographs of your car. Get an overall picture from standing back of the layout of the intersection or wherever it happened. Because those things sometimes aren't preserved by police officers either, and you want to have a good record of what the situation was in the scene. So the last thing I'm going to talk to you about is what the last thing to protect yourself not to do. You, by your insurance policy terms, are required to cooperate with your insurance company and speak to them. You always want to let them know that you've been in an accident. If they ask you to give a statement, go ahead. But you might get a call from the person's insurance company that caused the accident. Do you have to talk to them? I would suggest you don't have to talk to them immediately before you talk to an attorney, because they are going to be asking you questions with a spin to try to make it your fault. And you are not required to talk to them. You may eventually talk to them once you've gotten the advice of somebody that can give you legal counsel as to whether you need to or don't need to, or whether it would be advantageous to you to or not to do it. But you don't want an insurance adjuster from the other side calling you and trying to get you tricked into saying something that may be very small to you while you're talking on the telephone, but it may be very key and important later on down the road. So protect yourself by getting photographs, getting the names and phone numbers of any witnesses, and not giving a statement when you don't have to. Of course, you always want to make sure you've got medical attention if you need it as well too. Chris Klotz, thank you for watching. If you have any questions, I'd enjoy being able to talk to you. We are at 850-444-0000. Thanks for tuning in.